A.C.B.A.
Yes, sir. We're officially back at it. Boog Nights coming at you with another daily news update. So happy Monday. Hope you guys had a great weekend. I had a pretty good weekend. Got to spend quite a bit of time with the fiance before she was off to her business trip in Sweden that hopefully, maybe I'll be joining her on this week. We'll see what happens. But you know, I'm a foodie. I love food. You know, that's why a lot of the segments and a lot of the shows on my channel are food themed, i.e. main course, side dishes, appetizers. So, you know, I splice in a lot of food stuff and recommendations and what have you in these updates. The fiance and I went to Marcus Samuelson's newest restaurant here in New York. I guess it's maybe been open for like 6 months now. Have in Mar. It's a seafood restaurant. A little pricey. I guess you can consider it fine dining, but delicious. We had some great food there. Saturday night, it's located on like 26th Street, I believe, and 11th Avenue in Manhattan. The ceviche, the oysters, the salmon, the main dishes were great. The branzino in particular was delectable. So I would highly recommend that. Please don't forget to go back and check out Friday's episode of the Articulated Comic Book Art Podcast. This was our 250th episode. Thanks to everybody who tapped in, who sent in super chats and wished us well and congratulated us on 250 episodes. It was a great episode. Not really a lot of news. We did talk about a few things coming down the pike, including the X-Men 97 Marvel Legends 1/1 scale Magneto helmet, which went up for pre-order. A link for that will be in the description below. We had talked about the NECA Gargoyles Lexington, which went up for pre-order this morning. A link for that will be in the description below. We talked about the Jada Toys Street Fighter figures. Actually, this coming Friday, we're going to have June from Jada Toys on the show, on the podcast, so that should be interesting. Rick dropped some SKUs in the group chat for the podcast crew, so these are showing up at Target right now. I think I may take a trip to Target this afternoon and see if I could snag a couple. That and some Marvel Legends things are popping up in Target. I definitely want to try to snag Ultimate Cap and Extremis Armor Iron Man. Also want to pick up some of these Tracksuit Mafia Army Builders as well. And speaking of Marvel Legends, Dan gave us a little hint this morning as to what was to come. This particular 2-pack is actually hitting collectors' shelves and display tables and stuff now. But this morning, via Comic Book Resources, they revealed 2 more members of the Squadron Supreme crew in Nighthawk and Blur. So a little bit off of Comic Book Resources website, releasing in fall 2023, the 2 new Hasbro Marvel Legends Squadron Supreme 2-pack figures are priced at $49.99 and recommended for all ages 4 and up. The company said of the new figures, the high-flying Nighthawk and super speedy Blur ally with each other and the Squadron Supreme to defend their Earth. Celebrate the Marvel Universe with the Marvel Legends series Squadron Supreme Nighthawk and Marvel's Blur figure set. These quality 6-inch scale Nighthawk and Blur figures feature deco inspired by the characters' appearances in Squadron Supreme comics. Includes 2 figures and 7 comics inspired accessories. So these look pretty good. Some newer pinless bucks for these 2. I don't know how or why they didn't use a newer pinless buck for Dr. Spectrum, considering that these 2 dudes and Hyperion pretty much got new parts and accessories and what have you. Black gloved hands for both of these guys, so it'll be easy to swap on other black gloved hands from other figures for a little added playability. No additional head sculpt for either of them. That is disappointing. $50 price tag is the standard $25 per figure basic price that they're doing now for most Marvel Legends releases. I'm definitely interested in completing this crew. I've been talking a lot about teams, talked about that in the past video that I put up, and I was continuing to mess around with some teams last night. Finally got a picture of the full Jim Lee costumed X-Men crew. Broke out the Stepford triplets. Well, I guess they were quintuplets at first. Haven't messed around with them in a while. Emma, this is the old Emma, being as though I just got the Astonishing X-Men Emma. Finally opened Outback Rogue. We are very close to completing the Outback team too. We need an updated Colossus. We need Psylocke in one of her most unique costumes and maybe like 1 or 2 other characters there. But yeah, man, Marvel Legends has been doing pretty well trying to round out teams. Still some things kind of floating out there, but this is developing. We're just waiting for 1 more member of the Squadron Supreme, the 1 female from the core group in here. Wonder how they'll do her, if she'll actually have some updated pinless parts. Told you last week that I was charged for my Mezco Mr. Freeze, the Nautilus crew, and Destro. And the only thing I'm keeping out of that stuff is Mr. Freeze. I did get a shipping notification this morning for Mr. Freeze, and Fabio actually showed that some people already had Mr. Freeze in hand. These pictures popped up on Reddit, so hopefully I'll have Mr. Freeze this week. But yeah, I'm getting back on the table. I just want to tap in with you guys real quick in terms of this break-in Marvel Legends news. I will tap back in with you maybe late tonight, but tomorrow for sure. Let's talk about all this in the comments below. All right, talk to you later. Peace.
I'm in the game, I'm grinding, I got to play 24 hours in a day, 7 days out the week, I never sleep. I'm on my grizzly bear, 52 weeks out the year, yeah.